In the game of chess, pawn endgames decide more chess games than any other phase, yet most players completely misunderstand them. So in this video, I will show you some pawn endgame principles that every chess player must know. So let's get started. The first principle is to push passed pawns. A passed pawn is a pawn where there are no enemy pawns to blockade it. As you can see, the a pawn is a passed pawn, so you can play a4 here. He tries to bring the king, then you just push this pawn. King d6, a6, trying to push this pawn again. Now your pawn is about to queen. He brings the king, then you just bring your king so that you can take these pawns. King b6, then you just play king g4, and after he takes, you bring your king and then take these pawns. And now this is an easy win for white here. So this was an example of how you can use a passed pawn as a decoy and use your king to take your enemy's pawns. Now the second principle is king activity. Here as you can see, white's king is centralized while black's king is far away and it's not very much active. Now white can go for king to d5, and after he brings the king, white's king is faster here, and now he will be able to take these pawns and then he can push these pawns and win. Now the third principle is quite important, which is opposition and shouldering. An opposition occurs when kings are facing each other and there is one square in between. So here white can play king f5, and now as you can see, this is an opposition. You are controlling these three critical squares in front of the king. King goes back, then you can just play king g6, king f8, then you can push this pawn, and after he goes here, you can just push the pawn again, he goes here, then you go here, and now you can easily win this. There's one more important technique you should know, which is called shouldering. Here, if you try to play g5, you can bring the king, g6. Now as you can see, his king is able to reach this pawn, and this is a draw. Instead, you can go for king e5. This is called shouldering or blockading. Now, you can try playing king c6 to run like this. You block that path, and after king c7, now you can simply push. He goes here. Now again you play king f7, again blocking the path, king d7, then you can simply push and win easily. Now the fourth principle is outside passed pawns are more valuable than central passed pawn. And the reason why this is because reaching towards the center is quite easier, while capturing an outside passed pawn takes time. So here, white can go for king d4, king c6, defense. Well, now we can use the same technique as we saw earlier, a5, using this as a decoy, king d6, then you can push. Now he got a stop that pawn, but then you can take, and after he takes, now you can simply take this pawn and win easily. Now the fifth principle is putting enemy king in Zugzwang. Here white can play king to e4. Now as you can see, black can either go king d6, king f6, and he can only defend one of the pawns. So if king d6, then you can go here and take this pawn and push. Similarly, if he plays king f6, then you can go for this pawn. And this pawn is doing a good job of stopping enemy's king. So if this video helped you understand pawn endgames better, then don't forget to like this video. And here are some more amazing chess lessons that you should definitely learn. And if you want to learn some chess openings, then you can check out this right playlist. And if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos, then don't forget to subscribe.